DK is a pretty happy with this matchup.
He's going to be quite fine. And of course, yeah, going versus that Puck, Morel's going to have to thrive. But Morel, the last time I saw him play, he did really, really well for himself. So I was talking, is this either a very good mid player, or did Team Spirit just look so good that they make a stand-in shine that well? Because this is literally for the Yellow Submarine, the academy team for Team Spirit. So they picked up Morel to replace Laurel. They went, I think, 7-1 or 8-0 in the group stage. And then they got, well, I would say they got stomped in that finals because nothing really worked. So it's a bit of an unfortunate downfall for Team Spirit because then they didn't even make it through the the next phase of the road to the international. So maybe he's taking this time to contemplate.
Perhaps so. Team Spirit is also a do-something team, and we've seen all the teams that try to make things happen struggle to make things happen on this really big map. So it might just be that if he's with a squad that's content to play this one a little more passive, that he's not going to be on the losing side this time.
Well, he is playing Puck with what I like to now call two aggressive supports, like the Sapphire and the SD. We see a lot of Force Staffs and Blinks on heroes like SD, Disruptor, allowing you to just, go at them, right? So if they want to play aggressive, which they probably should, maybe even get that TB involved early on because he could do good with 1 or 2 kills. If you're just going to AFK farm the jungle with this Terrorblade, your team's going to be screaming for help. It's like, we have all these tools, but we need that extra little bit of oomph.
Well, Soyush with the break eventually on the Demonic Purge is definitely going to be able to bring some of that oomph once he builds that up.
Yeah.
As man, don't we have a classic mid matchup here?
Pretty much. Natty Narble versus Morel versus DK. DK naturally should do better in this one because, dodging Breathe Fire with Phase Shift. You can't really pump fake it the same way as a Kunkka, but you can always wait for him to pop it. You already naturally have higher right-click damage. So it should be DK favored. Quite heavily, actually, but I've seen DKs lose this matchup, and I think Morel is one of those guys who could be able to pull it off.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, I would be disappointed in whichever DK managed to lose this like hard enough that it's actually a problem. Let's put it that way.
Because if I look at the mid laners that Morel was able to beat in the group stage, he beat Marine, GPK, Quinn, and Warwick, and
Yes.
they didn't lose a single game. So that's a big list of names that he's still gonna have to fight in a 1v1.
Now Warwick often gets hung out to dry by his team, and Quinn's had a hard time in general, but GPK and who else did you say again? Marine. Yeah, no, that's no slouches.
Yeah, no slouches at all. So performance definitely been up to it. Bottega is in trouble in the bot lane, but so is Hotoke, as Hakoda is just bringing in the hate on this Night Stalker, hoping to get that TB involved, but he can't get close enough, so everybody's low in the bot lane. Probably the lane to watch. Meanwhile, Sayush in the top lane too, might just be our first blood. Otakar, Berdanchik on the harass, and a little bit more was needed to finish off the SD. Even using the blood grenade and everything for it. Gotta love it, East Europeans with the brawling. We're not even 3 minutes into the laning stage where people are harassing, trying to fight for control over that Lotus pool.
And these are, of course, the weak points of the lane for the...
Oh, they're going to commit in the bottom lane, trying to go for the Snapfire here. Hotoke might just be the one to drop first, but take up the first blood. Aerial for the Lotus, so he'll get something of his own from this trade. That was Night Stalker, just like, well, I can't see another way out of this. I have to go in and rush in for the kill opportunity. Just ends up being a first blood for TB.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because with the Night Rain, of course, the Night Stalker should be the strongest hero in this bot lane. Giving up a kill right now is unfortunate for him. He's gonna have his Helm of Iron Will Just about around the time that the daybreak pops, so he should be happy enough with how it's going still.
Yeah, getting the most out of the first night. Night Rain facet.
Yes,
Got to keep in mind the
Infernal's
damage on
getting
that Void, too.
wrecked
It's
on
going to be
top.
pretty serious. That top lane at least bubbling up Infernal for now. Gets in range for the stun. That Dunchik will go down to Sayush. Infernal down to 100. Sayush will be traded by Otaker. And we didn't actually talk about this, but it is a pause 1 Undying. How do you feel about this? How is this going to work in your eyes? Is it too early game heavy? Is it too fancy? Or are you cool with accepting new ideas in post TI?
Oh, I am very cool with this. You were talking before about things
How many
that
games
might have
Undying
been
has been
learned
played?
from the Vega times, and I was
Oh
very
yeah,
much an early pressure coach.
right.
Including with at that time I wanted two heroes that could both push towers. Now this is not quite the case here, but you have three cores here who all three independently of each other have big presence on the map early. You can force moves with this. You can make the enemy react to you, which is a big deal. And all three of them tanky as well in a lineup where I'm not sure who is going to be bringing the damage if you don't bring everybody on Yellow Submarine together and
Yep.
spend those team fight ults. So yeah, if they're
Pretty
willing
true.
to leverage all that bulk early, I'm a big fan of lineups like this.
A pretty desperate attempt onto Natty Narble, but can they make it work? He's still got Magic Wand to work with, and 4 stacks of poison almost does the trick. Natty Narble is able to walk away with 100 HP. That does mean the Puck's going to get a moment of freedom here to catch up in terms of XP, because DK has been crushing this lane, and Morel did need some backup. The thing, though, that I wanted to mention about this Undying is it's been destroying games when played from a core position. I've been seeing mid Undyings, I've seen offlane Undyings, even the occasional carry Undying every now and then. And it is really difficult to contest with this hero. Even feels like you're playing a lane of Disruptor Undying. I'm going to dub this the wheelchair lane. You don't really need to do anything fancy to be good.
No, no, I
Part of
don't
the
think so.
plan.
And that's even with your glimpse being negated by getting bubbled up by that SD all the time. First dragon of the game with the catapult. Immediate pressure applied to the tower. I enjoy this. Is it a coincidence that an Undershock team is playing DK mid? Who knows? But
You probably do. You're the only one who knows.
I mean, we just put him on DK whenever it was available, just
Yeah.
out of habit at some point. Because sometimes you have a hero where players are much better on the calls. It's not necessarily that we wanted to play DK all the time, although it fit my strategy as well. But sometimes players need a certain hero to be able to actually direct the game, and him plus DK was the thing. Now I have no idea if it's the same for Nadine Narwhal, but nonetheless, the same kind of pressure principles apply. You can make a move on a tower, and since the tower is a static objective, the enemy always has to come to you to react. You can walk into their jungle, and they can just leave you there and be like, "Yeah, whatever, go harass our jungle creeps or something. We don't care." But if you go to a tower, you ding dong, you ask for an answer. So, in that regard, it makes for good shot calling, is what I'm trying to say.
Maybe also for some entertainment for the viewers as well, because we do love to see fast tempo games.
Hell yeah.
I was also looking at Otaker's pub stats for this Undying. So he's played this 3 times. 2 months ago, the last time around. He's going for a build with this carry Undying. He has even got a game where he went 11-0-11. So just talk about that wheelchair even more. Ags, Soul Ring, Face Boots, Blade Mail, Blink is all he needed to end the game. Like, that's just one big item. Literally one big item and the game is over. If it stretches further, Octarine Core.
No, the uptime on the spells is absolutely ridiculous once you get to that point.
It's 1.4, 1.5, or 1.6 seconds cooldown at level 20 on Undying with an Octarine Core. So yeah, that's a lot of decays playing out. But the real point is, if you snowball with this hero early enough in terms of XP, you are, one, an unstoppable force. Two, you do too much damage. Three, they can't really trade with you after you've landed 2 or
No, it's
3
the damage
decays.
curve.
Yeah,
Oh,
damage curve is
Infernal.
real. Infernal's had to resort to some extremes here. And that is a perfectly timed glimpse as well, because, well, at least he's going to get the TP out. But
Yeah,
that's a
forcing
defensive
him to make the
Stampede to try and
choice.
get away.
And here's something you don't see very often, by the way. Sayush is currently taking the Ancient stack. His offlaner clearly not interested.
Nope. Doesn't look like there's nobody to save their TB either, because the SD is busy with that farming. They saw all of this with that ward, so they're recognizing this SD is unable to help. I don't know how Berdanchik has had the time to sneak a triangle Obs ward on top of the cliff, but that's paying off for another TB kill.
Good use of the information, and that is the Helm of the Dominator now officially in business for the Night Stalker as well. And it feels so good to have this between the attributes, the armor, the health regen, all very nice. But the extra vision when you are an initiator that's very dependent on being able to find the right targets is absolutely huge. It adds map control to a hero that classically doesn't have any, famously doesn't do jack shit in pushing
Pretty
lanes.
much.
So it's everything you could want and more.
Yeah, we've been going on about how good Helm of the Iron will actually is, and should probably be nerfed with another -1 on both stats. Just think about it, like 4
Look at that tower
HP
go.
regen, 4 armor, and you can pick it up early in the lane, so they can't trade with you anymore. Aerial, maybe in a bit of trouble here under the T1 tower, but it's a routine kill. Eddie Narbles finished off the bot T1 tower, and now Berdanchik is on the hunt for Infernal again. Otakar is nearby. Looks like the Scent is going to just get glimpsed back, and he's just going to bully with him a bit. He knows he's got the dummy as well, so he'll be okay. Mid, though, looks like we're going to have a fight here with the coil already used onto the DK. I think it's more of a zoning ulti at this point.
No, that was exactly just a, hey, please don't kill us as we're running away kind of ult. Which means that mid tower still standing, bot tower was taken, top tower also for now still alive, but Infernal does have a Helm of Dominator of his own. I hope nobody's getting tired of this item anytime soon, because it's not.
Gonna try and kill Berdanchik here, going straight in after the glimpse used. Stampedes in onto the Disruptor, and the Dommy Creep will get the job done. Does have a TP available, and you're gonna have to think about it right now, because Autocurse just popped the Flesh Golem, so will not want to stand in the way of that Undying.
And
well, the rest of the Pirates are just putting pressure on mid.
Yeah. It's so funny to see this Night Stalker do like what is a classic Beastmaster rotation. Take bot tower, farm your way through the jungle, then put your Dominator creep on the mid tower and push that one. It's just, wait, that's not, okay. Different guy, same game plan. Oh, look, they just have
Submarine
no
are just
way to
unable
engage.
defend this.
No. No, the moment that the creeps are already on the tower, the moment that the heroes are already on the tower, these big, beefy, hugely armored up cores as well. Like, the Night Stalker isn't even that beefy right now because he doesn't even have his boots upgraded, but does that matter if he's already sporting 18 armor?
Try and blow up Infernal here with a Sharpshooter. Autocur's got another Decay ready. 60 HP left. There we go. He's down. Snapfire ulti's gonna go down the drain. Maybe Aerial drops with another connection, but it's got a big one to heal with. Maybe a Hadouken from Infernal? Nah, it will not do enough. Raindrops. We'll keep the Hoodwink alive.
Look at this. Listen, I was talking about Vega Squadron pushing towers early, that sort of thing, and currently they do in fact have 2 towers down still for the cost of nothing, and they might just be ready to leverage this Undying at the top tower as well if they'd want to.
Autocar queuing up a Midas, actually.
A Midas? In this
yeah,
economy?
I'm also thinking, like, is it necessary, Autocar? Do you really need that Midas in your inventory?
Here's the deal. He's got space and time to do whatever he wants because both of his other cores are going to be buying engage items like Blink, for example, on that Night Stalker already halfway there. DK already's got it. You can do whatever you want here, and okay, everybody else buys Dominator instead. But yeah, here comes the Blink.
Grab
Your
on the
team already has
Sapphire.
one.
That's the problem that I have. Like, I don't think he needs to go into a Midas because if you're gonna, if his team wants to do everything just as 4, sure, but
Oh, the body blocks.
trying at least, the Wisdom's gonna get taken. It's just enough blocking. As a fight's going to be breaking loose. Puck already caught inside the Bushwhack. Static Storm is burnt onto the Centaur. There's a bubble save, and Bottega's getting involved, but Infernal is already dead. Verdanchik will drop to Morel in the backline. Otaker dangerously low on this Undying. They do have the tombstone. Hakoda with the snipe does get that full bore scatter blast to connect. They'll get themselves a trade going. It is at least a 2-for-1. Undying with the Dirge, though he's straight back to farming with that death. And yeah, he does have that Midas on his courier, so he's gone for it.
Yeah. Maybe paid the price a little bit there. But Yellow Submarine with a very good defense. The fact that they actually managed to get the Undying out of it means that 4Pirates have to back down. Of course, that Shrine also went to the Centaur already. He gave his life for a good cause. Man's also building into a Vanguard currently. Saying, fine, if you're going to run at us, then all we have to do is tank up. He does not have to buy any engagement tools whatsoever if the enemy is just going to be up in his face.
Would have hoped to see that blade mail on the Undying. Could have done a real big thing in that engagement.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But, let's see if that pays off or not. Bottega, still top in net worth with this Terrorblade, so he's still off to a good game here. Same thing with the Puck Morel. That was a fight where he had both Witchblade and finished Power Treads, so he had an extra amplification of damage to apply on his opponents. Has the Blink queued up next.
Mm-hmm.
So allow the Puck to play.
Yep. Between the Puck and the Terrorblade, the wave control is going to be a problem for 4Pirates.
Look at Otaker's quick buy, by the way. So he's going from Phase Boots, Midas, into Octarine. It's just going straight for it. Like, sure, okay. Might as well.
Listen, he's a carry. He's allowed to have whatever he wants for Christmas.
So no Blade Mail, no Eggs, just straight up Octarine for more decay. Natty Narwhal going to be the target of that Snap ulti, but that is broken quite early. Sayush in trouble. Hakoda misses the shotgun, and he won't even be able to kill this DK with, what, 30 HP remaining. So 4Pirates walk away with 2 support kills. Infernal, maybe if he got the Stampede out, they could have probably traded a DK. That could have been worth. But didn't trust his supports.
I mean, it's a 2 versus 4, right? The fact that the DK nearly goes down there is pretty wild on its own.
At least they still got their ultis up, except for the DK form's coming back off cooldown in 20 seconds. But 4Pirates could still get another Dark Ascension going before the Tormentor. Maybe the plan is to hold on to these ults until 19 minutes on the clock, smoke up, gain territory of that top area. You got some really good shards in this team. Nobody has a shard yet. Hoodwink usually has, like, the TI meta for Hoodwink was first item shard. It was literally the way to go. And he has it in his inventory. He just picked it off the courier. So Undying has the save. Night Stalker has a self-save. Fireball is kind of useless. But the Disruptor shard is also pretty good. So you've got options to think about here as Hakoda gets found in the mid lane.
Gets sniped off and...
Can they run into the Centaur here? Yeah, they do. Verdanchik spots the Centaur. The smoke pops first, and they target the Puck. The Puck's trying to get saved by the Stampede, but no siree. 140 HP. It's all that he needs.
Yes, sir.
Sorry for the bad rhymes, but that's what you're going to get here. Puck gets out. Well, screw your ultis for a 19-minute Tormentor defense. You earned them now.
Yeah, you burned him out. And that could have absolutely been worth, like, killing this puck at any point in this game is such a boon for your wave control. You want to be holding rail back in general because he is going to be a big damage dealer come mid to late game. Your biggest problem.
Oh, Onaker, all by himself. That's a freebie. Yellow Submarine welcomes that with open arms. A kill for Morel, off of the carry Undying. The second top net worth hero.
And he didn't even have any vision to play behind or anything on that bot side. He was just there.
Yeah, my man is dying with a minus in his inventory twice now. This is not really good for him. Snapfire ulti on Aerial. Coil also expended, hoping that he would have maybe caught the Disruptor on the side, but he's going to get hit by Sayush. And they bring in a level 14 Terrorblade to smack him down. This is really good for Yellow Submarine because, again, Dark Ascension's on cooldown for 50. They found another set of kills. They don't have their ultis quite up, but they will have the coil early enough. So even if the 20-minute Tormentor spawns, they'll have Stampede because the Scent is going to be able to teleport away from this Undying, and coil will be up in 40 seconds. So 5 seconds off of Tormentor spawning, you'll have your puck ulti. So this is not going to be easy for the 4Pirates to fight back.
Absolutely not. And they've suffered a bit now in this window where you have the double blink daggers. We haven't really seen any big pickoffs, and unfortunately, this is the phase of the game where if you invest in those blink daggers and you don't find any kills with them, you don't gain any new terrain, you don't squeeze the enemy back onto their side of the map. Instead, you've invested in those blink daggers while the enemies were getting stats, while the enemies were investing in items that were going to scale.
You could say if you get yourself a blink and you don't get to fight with it, your farm goes up by maybe 20%, maybe 25% because of the speed you get for moving around on the map. But you know, 4Pirates, thanks to the Night Rain facets, they read that this Tormentor is going to be spawning bottom instead of top. So they already managed to get there first. The Radiant scan from Yellow Submarine shows that, yep, they're already there. We can't contest it. And we got, well, 50k's been missing out on kills because he went for a blink. He just got a farming spell. Hooray!
Hey, it's something.
It's gonna pay off now, right? Right? Is that 1,400 net worth that's kind of down the drain in terms of like team economy? It's not amazing.
It's not amazing. It's also not entirely wasted. Like, this is not the old. Look at this. It's already helpful. It's not the old Bad Rider shard, you know?
True. You still remember that, don't you?
Oh.
I was vivid about it, wasn't I?
Okay, listen,
I recall something.
Oh.
Okay, but a Dunchick. Yeah, you're gonna get soaked up in fire, or some kind of frost fire in this case with the Snapfire. Throwing in Grandma's Barrage.
They're hovering as if they want to get some more out of top here, but
Morel still has a shield rune for like 5 seconds, but he's halting. He wants some backup from his teammates. If Sayush stays nearby, maybe they can make a play happen. He doesn't have the Demonic Cleanse, though, which could be very useful in a game like this against the Hoodwink's Boomerang Dispel, most importantly, because of that extra magical damage. That's going to amplify Decay, the Static Storm, and also the Void, which is probably their biggest nuke at 320 damage.
Infernal Trident, he's got him.
Yep. Natty Narwhal getting caught first, forced out a 9-second BKB on this. Spreads the fire down to the ground. Nice block from Infernal.
Nice job.
Soak up that sharpshooter, and here's the turn. The TP out from Hotoke, and he's out. It's still going to be a mass rout here on the side of 4Pirates. Even if you got one hero away, it's not looking too hot right now. They do get the Disruptor ulti on top of the TB, but he's not taking any damage from anywhere except for Morel, who's making big plays in the front line and hoping to survive, but he's going to get locked in. That puck has nowhere to blink to. They're going to glimpse in another, bring in Infernal, and 4Pirates will find a double for Natty Narwhal.
Oh, that is so unfortunate.
And make a 3.
Third one to go down. Now, as soon as the puck is dead, the threat is gone, and you can just start picking him up one by one. And it's a shame, because what Morel is doing there is completely correct. The fact that he's so far forward means that the entirety of 4Pirates is split up. He's hounded them all. They're all scared, they're all scattered. The rest of his team is picking them off. But he forgets.
Sayush,
you know...
that's going to be kill number 4 if they get him. Unless they just all in on this Terror Blade. They've got a glimpse available. They can bring him in. That Dunchik just dies to the TB illusions by the looks of it. You're not messing with this level 17 TB. The man is running away from all the hostiles, but his illusions are doing all the work.
Yep. No, you need the DK in there to deal with the TB at this point.
Oh well, you can try things, but you gotta commit when it's the enemy carry. You're not taking that lightly. Smoke up from mid. Sayush, Hakoda, Morel. Oil is up. And I love that Morel went for a... he's going for the Hurricane Pike on Puck, which you don't get to see too often. But it's a perfect match to have a Force Staff if you're going to play in the front line. So I really like this item build. Because what really impressed me about Morel is the fact that he's not scared of opportunities. And this is Infernal just soaking up the attention. Night Stalker's going to be able to keep you away with this 9-second BKB, but that's definitely a win.
Yep. No, listen, absolutely. I think a lot of players underestimate the impact of a Force Staff in a good game for it. Especially, like, listen, you're up versus a Night Stalker. The Night Stalker has his laser pointer aimed straight at the middle of your forehead.
Snap. Struggling to fight versus a Tombstone and a big old Flesh Golem. That's a little bit too much for Granny to take. Don't
She'll
take
be
that
back.
in the wrong way.
She's a tough... I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. Anyway, the point is...
Just a clap.
The point is, if you're familiar with Cuckoo, he used to buy a Force Staff on Queen of Pain versus fucking Clockwork. Not necessarily because he needed it, but because otherwise his team would be too scared of the fucking Clockwork. Oi, that hurts.
That is something. Oh, Hakoda's gonna give you the tip. Oh, you wanted to play carry Undying, huh?
Yeah. You wanted to do some healing, maybe. It would be unfortunate. If you are a melee hero that's slow and has 40% reduced health restoration.
You picked up an untraditional carry hero that's supposed to snowball in the early game that almost did it and then decided to go Midas. I'm just gonna keep ranting about this because if you went for Blade Mail above Midas, they probably could have won that top fight. And this item choice of his, you're stretching into late game versus Puck TB. Not the brightest of planning, to be honest. Like, this has to be like his own decision. Maybe the team's been playing this Undying carry before, but I'm not a fan of this Midas pickup here. There's a reason people are building Dominator above Midas, but honestly, any other traditional item on a core Undying would have been fine.
Yep. And I understand his instincts, because it feels like if you're a regular role carry player, then that is precisely like, oh, my team has made the space for me to do that. But you are an Undying, and you're supposed to be there with all three. That was your peak.
Yep, you are one of the strongest early game heroes. Probably the strongest in this entire game. I feel like they gave away that advantage. And Yellow Submarine, 8,000 gold ahead. 4Pirates with a full-on 5-man smoke. Puck's already popped one on Natty Narwhal. Goes in aggressive to find some targets, but that Stampede's not going to come out in time. He's caught inside the kinetic field. That Stampede could have maybe shown up half a second earlier, but they weren't ready for it. However, the fight's not fully over yet. Trying to get Hakoda back to safety. PB holding the front. Going in illusions to slow them down. Aerial, Infernal, they re-engage. They're going to jump the Hoodwink. That's one hero down. Now onto the DK they go as well. And Natty Narwhal cannot take the blunder. That's too much to deal with. Oh, Hotoke is trying to jump the back line, keep those supports busy, and now the supports are targeting you instead. Otaker left all by himself, and Bottega is right on top with Infernal. And that indeed is the trick of the trade. You might have gotten one, but we're going to get more. We got 3 kills, we get an Aegis for ourselves.
Yeah, and they simply cannot find this fight in a way that enables them to work around this TB. Sure, maybe the Undying is established with like 4k HP at the end of that fight, but he can't actually stand the heat. The rest of his team already had to die for him to get that big. And then he's left over in the end. I think, by the way, Infernal has been doing a phenomenal job this game.
He has.
Bought that Blink Dagger a little late once he was sure that he could survive these engages, and then he's been finding either really good single stomps on important targets or double stomps all over the place.
And most importantly, he's timing them together with his carry. They're focusing the same targets, so it's not like your offlaner is keeping someone else out of the fight, keeping him busy, and TV's constantly chasing for targets. Their puck is dead, he's out of the fight, it's a 4v5, but these two are still playing hand in hand on the target they want to focus. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, Infernal's been doing a hell of a good job. This is a first pick Centaur after all.
Mm-hmm. He's been doing it at night too. It's something that's harder to tell when you're used to the all-seeing perspective of being a caster, being a spectator, but most of these fights have been either at night or with the Dark Ascension popped. You hate that as an initiator. You don't know what you're going into, and he's been on the money every single time.
That is a lane of Rax also secured, and still an Aegis on the TB. He's getting his Metamorph up in 3 seconds, so the siege can easily continue from here. DK is also down on that Dragon form in 15 seconds with a 40-second cooldown after that. He won't be able to intervene. Audiker, hey, you spam your decay.
And what else is there at this point? He's got the axe finished, but
he's even scared to get close on this Undying, and he's missing half of the decays he was casting early on. And now that he's starting to build up, they get the chance to actually focus him for a moment here. Tombstone
already down.
Deleted. The backline jump by Hotoke and Ariel, but Infernal interrupts that. They take down Ariel, and Bottega, with the help of that Aegis, he doesn't need his Centaur this time around, so they protect the backline. Their front is holding. Another lane of Rax down, and this could be the end of game 1 in just mere moments, because Yellow Submarine has been winning every engagement since the 15-minute mark.
Naughty Narwhal just went in.
That boy's deep. Boy's very deep.
Oh, listen, he got to send Grandma to the retirement home early. It's something.
It's something. But it's not enough. Not enough in this case. Now Audiker is also getting a blink, realizing that, yeah, he's getting zoned out quite a lot on these fights. That Undying build is, you know, it's starting to come together. I love how he also has the, if you look at his neutral item, the Jitty Pollen bag, he's got the Greedy enchantment as well. So you have to carry with Midas and a GPM bonus enchantment. So it's like, yeah, it's a lot of money, sure, but we're down 2 lanes of Rax.
Like, what are you investing in? This is not Nvidia.
This is not Nvidia, indeed. Game 2 shares.
No, and that's the problem with this lineup, right? In general, either you take over early, you stay on top, you win early, or you
I like
have
the setup
no more
on
place to make.
Sayush, but he never got the kill in time. Now your DK's gone. They saw him run from the high ground on the ward, and they placed down another sentry, caught him with a bushwhack. Was like, okay, that's a dead SD. Like, wait a minute. Wait, now they're throwing Disruptor ulti on him. Now everybody else from Yellow Submarine is showing up. It's like, okay, well, we failed to kill a support, and we're going to lose our mid because of that.
Good to go. There is a Metamorph available here too if they want to, but honestly...
Might as well.
Yeah, it was...
Or Flare.
Yeah. I think he tried to do a little surprise attack there. Those are the kinds of little optimizations that you want to see.
Oh, Audiker used his blink aggressively to go in, only to get pummeled by the puck and the TB. And he's almost done completely. Just a couple more hits would have done, but they can focus on Hotoke, take down the Night Stalker, secure a lane, and make it mega creeps 32 minutes in. And GG's called out. 4Pirates tap out. This game didn't quite work out, but for Yellow Submarine, I think everything clicked. They got to bring in the TV early. Just like I said, I was hoping that they do get Bottega involved instead of an AFK farm Terrorblade. Because them winning that one single fight was enough to dictate the pace of the game.
Just the one.
Safe lane with the Tusk and the Clinks into an Earthshaker. So there's a way for them to just get it. There's a way to get away with this lane unchallenged. Of course, you have to take into account that Clinks is not exactly the tankiest of heroes. He's great at poking. Tusk reinforces that, but you're into a Snapfire. Oh, Morale bringing in the Mr. Morale. Remember Mr. Morale?
I do not.
He used to wait. I was about to say he used to play for 4Pirates. And now he's playing with the VPCIS roster in the offlane with V2 and Serenata, 1J and Rain. This roster was announced 3 days ago. So they lost their star offlane player. Great Fissure block by Infernal, locking in Verdanchik. And Tusk is out for the count. Nice Fire Spirits and Blood Grenade connection onto 2. You can get a bit of extra poke on Audiker. They'd be very happy with it. Fissure in 3 seconds. Bottega and Hakoda sharing a 5-second cooldown. This Clinks has got nowhere to go. Trapped corner, 5 versus 1.
Tragedy.
Tragedy indeed.
Well, you don't see pre-horn fights very often anymore. And I think 4Pirates is not going to be eager to do it very often anymore, especially after this. Christ.
And especially that matchup for the Monkey King. That was 2 kills for your enemy mid laner. You never want to give first blood to him, let alone 2 kills for the man.
Yep, he's just got a bottle. Like, the entire point of the Monkey King versus the... versus the Ember is that he can't stand. And you're going to have regen out of that Monkey King.
Yeah, now I feel like this just turned into a farming lane for both. Instead of just Monkey King bullying and punishing the Ember, now they both get to farm. Oh, I mean, of course they're going to poke because melee versus melee. Morale off to a fantastic start, those 2 kills.
And that means that if that mid lane is now a neutral lane, then really the one you've got going for you, ooh, but it's the Clinks and the Tusk on top as well. Which is it's all fine and dandy, right? Like,
oh, they swapped the Snapfire into the bottom lane. So okay, that changes things. Maybe you're not getting that many easy kills now because the Phoenix is constantly slowing versus tag team. So no easy pickoffs for Audiker and Verdanchik, which I really like this shift.
And a deny here. No, and like Audiker and Verdanchik, like you're hoping that you're running into a melee hero here with the Earthshaker, but shutting down an Earthshaker, I haven't seen people kill the man often enough to actually make a difference, as long as the boss 4 can stack Ancients. It just hasn't happened.
The whole lane is also in hands for Infernal in the top lane, right in front of his T1 tower. Enjoying some free farm for the time being. Also the Phoenix helping nuke that easy camp from afar. Means that this pull is not fully successful. Just a weakened wave. At least Clinks is getting a couple denies in there. Meanwhile, mid, Morel is 10-7 on Natty Narble.
Of course, once you've got the Jingle Master coming in, you normally start doing better on that Monkey King, but... It's just not the same.
Yeah, it's not quite the same.
Feels so rough to have anything to say about that because it's like, yep, no, your potential was lost already before the horn. Sucks, bro. And then on bot lane, since we don't have the tag team here up with the Dawnbreak, and I understand why you don't necessarily want to go for a double melee lane, right? But on the other hand, that is the brawl lane. That is the one where you might be able to get kills.
Yeah, double melee into Terrorblade with 10 armor. It's like, this TP's not really dying to a Dawnbreaker Tusk.
Oh, there's the snap might, but she's she's level 3 now.
Yeah, and Hakoda's also keeping either a really good distance or getting some good poke in the whole time. So Disruptor and Dawnbreaker, they're molding a bit in this lane. It's like, yeah, well, because of the lane shifts, we're also kind of in a rough spot.
Heavily nerfed. No, like normally I go like, oh wait, Dawnbreaker level 2, we're gonna see a kill. Straight up. One in the hammer, one in the Starbreaker, somebody's gonna die. Nope. Not this time. A yellow submarine loves these passive lanes, like how little is going to happen right now. They are big fans.
Shaker has the least CS, but at least with this lane now set up right in front of his tower again for the second time inside the last 2 minutes. He's easily catching up in CS and nailing every single last hit there, so Infernal's back up to 15. While the Phoenix is doing Icarus dive stacks, Perdanchik has already scattered this out, so I'd suspect a sentry to block the Ancients. There we go. Right in the middle of the Ancient creep, so even if you find
Very
that
necessary.
sentry, that's going to be... You're going to have to start moving those creeps around to be able to deward. And while you're dewarding, you're taking damage, so... That's always a smart spot. For at least for people who know who are watching these games to learn stuff, if you know the opponent's going to be stacking camps when you invade the triangle, that is the location to put the sentry in. Not on the edge of the box where it's like, oh yeah, it's enough that I put it here. This one makes it a lot harder to deward.
To get rid of in the middle.
Just a learning tutorial. Thank you, thank you, Pablo. Thank you, Observer, for highlighting that up.
Perdanchik also did something else that's really very important. He went in for the water rune control. And it means that actually, even though Mirella has that bottle, he is currently empty and on his way back to base. Because, well, Monkey King has been slapping him around. That bottle was meant to keep him in that lane, but if he cannot fill it up, then Natty Narwhal is right back in business.
I was curious if he'd just be okay by picking up the bounty in the jungle to fill the bottle, but he can't also say for sure if he's going to get it. After the pause, Ariel's going to start taking the hurts, and Bottega will also find his first kill, and Hotoke is going to get bullied out. Hakoda, 6 more seconds for another scatter blast. This Dawnbreaker should be dead, but he might find a kill for himself. There we go. They're bringing in an extra cheapie. It is Morel. Straight from the fountain into the action. And find a third kill for the Ember. So maybe missed out on a creep wave, but just picked up 235 extra gold from this. And now Seiyush is going to realize that that triangle is indeed blocked, but Danchik's placed another sentry here.
He's running interference. And yet, Seiyush taking too much damage.
He's got a Fairy Fire. She's going to be okay. And has a Blood Grenade. Maybe there's a chance to turn, but Danchik.
Yeah, with another block.
Fissure block again. There we go. And Morel, maybe a 4th kill for the Ember. I think I'll leave it for Infernal. We'll take any extra gold that he can get. Yeah, a lot of salvation for Yellow Submarine with these free picks.
Yeah, once again, mostly defensive plays that they're making. 4Pirates moves first, is forced to move first as well, because they have to contest those Ancients, for example.
Stacking for the Ember Spirit, bringing in 3 versus 2. Phoenix is low. Snapfire walking through the area. Spots Ariel, spots Perdanchik. Doesn't reveal him just quite yet, but now unleashes the little Shredder. The Disruptor. Natty Narwhal is going to follow up on this. Snapfire dancing around. Natty jumped in the wrong direction, gets the stun out there. And Perdanchik is only level 2, so there's no shards, but they got the glimpse. That'll be enough for the kill. At least they know about the wards now placed there.
3 heroes spent for just a support kill. Morel's inching closer to that level 6, which is actually going to allow him to escape most attempts made by a Tusk. Of course, he will eventually have to fear the Static Storm.
Bit of a bummer, sending those supports down in mid for that 6-minute rune too. He got an Arcane on the Monkey King, which isn't exactly the best rune, but he's going to have to try and make some use out of it. Seiyush is nearby. Targeting Infernal. They want to get that Shaker. That's the one that they can go for. Monkey King ulti unleashed. Shaker. If only there was an Echo Slam. Could have been all 4 heroes dead, but unfortunately for him, he's only level 5. And that's your Wisdom Rune gone too, unless they're bringing in more numbers for it. But looks like Ariel's going to be able to steal it. So both supports, Berdanchik, Ariel, they're going to get themselves a nice relief. Meanwhile, Otakar, he got dusted up, and Hakoda and Sayush are trying to fight this Clinks. They don't have enough damage. Now Natty Narwhal gets to turn. Fire Spirit's slow. Hakoda's right there on top of the Ancient Camp, but Monkey King secures the kill. They're bleeding kills right here. Like they lost Hakoda, they lost Infernal, they lost Hakoda again, and the Shrine of Wisdom taken. So good wins for 4Pirates. Still showing their capability.
Yeah. Everything precisely before the level 6s of Yellow Submarine. Like, they were forcing it, but in a moment where you need to be forcing it. Very well done. And that means that now the Dawnbreaker has got level 6 on the bot lane as well. So any play that they go for next will now have the potential of that global assistance from the Dawn.
At least with the hard camp open, Sayush used the Icarus dive there to get closer to the triangle stacks, but then realized that he doesn't actually even have time to stack either one. And there's still that sentry ward in the Ancient Camp.
And the fact that they haven't been getting that, like...
Bottega. There's an AD Disruptor and Berdanchik next to him. Small ball dodge on the cookie stun. Monkey King is brought into the action. Gonna load up some Mastery stacks off the TB, but Morel wants a piece of this action too. They're gonna focus the Disruptor. There's the Solar Guardian, not gonna be enough. Gets the stun to connect onto the Ember Spirit. Bottega will fall before the Sunder goes out. 4Pirates will get themselves a good favorable trade going off the enemy carry, trading a support for it.
There's that Dawn involvement.
And happy face.
Specifically Eastern European happy face.
Yes.
I love how those things have like dialects too. It's incredible. My next life I want to be a linguist studying like internet language. That would be really cool.
Well, you're in for a challenge, right? With today's new words being brought into the dictionary.
No cap, for real.
not even just for real. But I think words like tradwife have now been accepted into the Cambridge Dictionary, and I think there was something else as well. Let me quickly Google this. Oh yeah, they added skibbity, the Lulu, and tradwife.
Yes.
Those were the 3 words that were literally
like skibbity,
a month ago added.
I don't understand. Like the Lulu, yes, because you can define that. Tradwife very clearly defined, but skibbity? I thought one of the points of skibbity was that you couldn't really tie it down to meaning any particular thing.
I know. Even the AI is saying the same thing. Skibbity, a nonsense word. It's like,
yeah,
okay, sure. It's a nonsense. It's a filler word. Do you have any nonsense filler words in the English language? Because we have one in Finnish, and you've probably heard it. It's ihan, which means
ihan.
Like, if you want to say like it's like ihan ok, so it's like kinda okay. It's kind of like a replacement word for kinda, but it doesn't even mean kinda. It's just it takes away from the actual meaning of the adjective.
I think it's almost the equivalent of the California Valley Girl, like okay.
Yes, that's a nonsense filler word. Yeah, like that's true.
It's
or that.
That's one.
Like
Everybody hates it. And you know what? Finns have something else in common with Valley Girls. It's the vocal fry. Finns do vocal fry all the time. It's so annoying. Oh my god, it's like so annoying.
Alright, before our audience has their ears bleeding, we got a vessel ready on the Ember Spirit, and they're good to go. Morel has a couple charges on it. Hakoda smoking up the boys. Maybe in... I mean, they're not gonna make it in time to defend the tower, but they're gonna find a Monkey King on the way there. So Natty Narwhal changing off the guard, buys a bit of time. And is it enough? The snowball save at 30 HP. Bottega's right next to him. And this monkey is not gonna get out. It is an Ember Spirit who instantly connects with the hits.
Neither is that TV. Once again, in the thick of it.
Yeah, that's a TikTok thing, if I remember. Dunchik, blown up by Morel. Another vessel charge up in a second. With the help of Sayus, they're throwing blood grenades and everything at the boy. Fortunate for Ember, that was another half a second required for a slate into the chains. Maybe that could have been enough to kill the Dawnbreaker. Now they're going to target the Disruptor, so 2 heroes are now low. Ember just instantly evaporates before Natty Narble gets anything off.
Oh, and Morel spent his last vessel charge there, so now he's going to be extra interested in making sure he gets a new one.
Just use the Echo Slam to farm the Ancients, and Autaker just runs into the Shaker. Meanwhile, fighting in the mid lane as Perdanchik finds a kill. Sayush takes down Natty Narwhal, and the Shaker manages to shake off the Clinks, no pun intended. The 2 separate fights happening both in top and in mid simultaneously.
And it's really awkward for Yellow Submarine. They had to do that because I was talking about the Shaker. Yeah, and you get a guaranteed 10-minute blink dagger, really hard to stop it. It is now 13 minutes, and the man is just about finishing it off without a slam in his pocket yet.
Yeah, delayed in the delivery system. DHL Shaker. No, not DHL. They don't have delayed.
If only he'd used DHL. That's the entire problem, I think.
Sure is. 4Pirates. For another smoke with a Tusk with 400 HP. But Natty Narble's going to get the initiation out, Static Storm, and the Solar Guardian. Everything used to secure this Ember Spirit. And that's where you would have liked to have that Echo, as you see that fissure connect. Perdanchik will burn. Hopefully not for his sins.
Even Autaker still getting involved in this.
He knows he can bully the Shaker.
In fact, it would be very good for them if they could keep on bullying the Shaker, because by now that Echo Slam's going to come back up. You know about the blink, and you know that the entire time that we've just had with 4Pirates poking, prodding, bullying, looking for kills, that's no longer free. You are now at a risk of devastating counter initiation if you just group forward again. Like, you know, that Dawnbreaker and that Monkey King hitting the same target on top of each other?
You know what might happen in the next 2 minutes? Shaker is building up more stacks in the triangle. He might do another Echo Slam farm there. And then save up the next one for the Tormentor fight. But we'll see. Autaker, dusted up. Mirel and the boys coming in. Nope, we're going to use that Echo Slam because we see an opening. And Yellow Submarine will find the Clinks. Since the 3-minute fight, this is the second time now that he falls, and Morel will get the double on the Ember. 9-1 and 2 on this Ember. Meanwhile, mid also another brawl onto Natty Narwhal versus Bottega. Well, he cookies in the illusion, but there was still reflection on cooldown.
Very good move there from Bottega as well. Like, 4Pirates has been desperately trying to take this mid tower, so Natty Narwhal hoping that he can perhaps get some more pressure out while he knows that most of the threat is on top. But completely blocked by the movement of the TP. And you're in such a bind now. Any jump you try to make, any push you try to force, there's going to be the threat of the Earthshaker sitting behind that.
Every step you take, every move you make. Natty
He'll
Narwhal
be watching you.
With the bat in Ember's face. And he's got no mana left. That Diffusal Blade has burnt the remains of Morel, but still manages to get out with the fissure in between the Burning Hammer. 14 HP. Tusk is going to finish him off with the shards. 5 heroes brought into the top lane area. And next up is chasing the Shaker away. Autaker's right under him. Midnight Infernal.
Look at that. Well, he can't be waiting you from the wings if you just go into the wings and commit some murder. Very nicely done. Like, you can say a lot about the strategic decisions that 4Pirates is making, but the way that they're executing, like, they just keep on going, man. Can't fault them for that. They're not cowards about it.
Yeah, they're not. They learned something from game 1. They need to have the capability of fighting, keeping those trades favorable, and preventing this TB from free farming, the Shaker from free farming. And it's working so far. And they got a big kill on Morel. Meanwhile, the egg is sent on top of Otakar. Lynx is gone, but Dunchik might get caught by the stun from the Phoenix, and they even spot where he is, so he TP's in, and he's injured already. Bottom also being cleaned out. Natty and Arwa quite deep in. Bottega sending in an army of illusions onto the monkey, but they're fighting in mid. They're just going to go diving on Dunchik again. Get a bit of poke. He's down to 500. That vessel plus the burn from Phoenix is quite hefty. And now they turn to find maybe Ariel, maybe Natty and Arwa. They are not under vision, though, are they? No, they don't see this. The courier... Okay, it's not the courier. It is the Monkey King. And a perfect setup. Phoenix walks out, though. Morel gets sent back in with a glimpse. Nothing the Ember can do. It finished the Yules, though, so at least for the Ember, that's not a costly death, because he managed to buy out just before he died.
Yep, and now the next time that he is under the threat of being glimpsed, or if he's caught in a static storm, he's going to have his defensive item. And I really enjoy this. He's been doing by far the most work on his lineup, but he's not over eager to make the game by himself. He's not saying, okay, I'm going to start farming right now. He's just like, no, I need to just be able to be up front still. Give me that Yules. We'll do the rest later, and we're just waiting for our Terrorblade to get online, really. So Infernal's working on his Kaya. After that, he's going to go into the Refresher, presumably, since he's already got the Aghanim Shard. Got himself a Mana Draught. I wonder, with the Mana Draught, is that enough to double slam?
Yeah. Double slam is a good... Oh, Infernal. Talking about the slam. About to get slam dunked by a Walrus Punch. Oy, oy, oy.
Yeah. That was over fast. I was going to say previously that it looked like whenever there was a fight, 4Pirates always had to bring 3 or 4 heroes to get a pick off, and then you see the Phoenix fly over on top of the Clinks and just kill them together with the Ember. It's only 2. It feels like a difference in the amount of manpower that they need to bring. But that one was pretty cut and dry.
Yeah. Yeah, Shaker really struggling to find his place in this game, but it's really down to the items of his teammates and the capability that they're going to be bringing in, because you want to have this Ember active like Morel has been, trying to get Bottega to his timings, and then Shaker's net worth doesn't necessarily matter that much if he can still just land impact, because you have maxed out Fissure, Aftershock, and the Shard in your inventory, so you've got everything that you need. He just burnt everything on Perdanchik, and oy, when just walking away.
Yeah, you gotta... Listen, that was calculated, but maybe you're not that good at math.
Yeah. And still, there could have been a Solar Guardian and turn things around, so he understands he can use his nuke, and he's going to have to walk away. That leaves the Tormentor for 4Pirates, yes. Ariel.
The CIS classic.
Yep, someone's gotta have to claim a life. Or give a life.
Not called a Tormentor for nothing.
Shard for the Tusk, though. Pretty good game for it, considering a lot of the, at least 3 of the heroes, sorry, at least 2 of the heroes on Yellow Submarine have ways of getting out. So increasing that area on the shards can play a role, because you might not have, unless you have Cookie Shard, which obviously Snapfire has, giving that extra range, you might still get stuck in the shards if you're not hugging the edge of it.
Yeah, it feels a little... You mostly want to get the Tormentor off the map. And the extra damage is nice, but the Ice Shards are not going to be a factor in this game.
Yeah, it's not like the best spell. You know, it's not like S-tier Shard in a game like this.
Alright, 1 BKB, 2 BKB, 4Pirates are ready to rumble. Both on the Monkey King as well as on the Dawnbreaker. That's going to severely hamper the damage output of the Phoenix as well as the Ember Spirit especially, who has absolutely no DPS on top of the Spirit Vessel that he's had for quite a while now. So here comes the smoke.
And the whole squad to cross this river. They're just following Ember's courier. They know that the Ember has been freely farming in the top area. They might spot Infernal. They see him. Can they get to him? Infernal always seems to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. No Scepter buys some time. Maybe there's a chance for a turn. Nice nukes comes out, but the Solar Guardian will heal for a little bit at least. Hakoda. Hokutoke is about to finish him off though, and they also send in the glimpse. There's 2 kills going for 4Pirates.
Yep, and neither of them with the BKB spent. A very good control there. Not jumping the gun. Vision behind the tier 1 tower as well, and now they can walk straight into the Roche pit. Yellow Submarine seems completely unpressed. They are not interested in reacting to this whatsoever. Their Terrorblade hasn't been seen for about 10 minutes now. He's working on the Skadi. And once again, the Skadi is going to represent a turning point in this game. So
yeah, he's a bit late
4Pirates are on a
the
timer.
timing though. I hate to say that for a Terrorblade player because he's been doing a pretty good job on Bottega so far, but this Skadi, of course, because he built that Dragon Lance in between and the Falcon Blade, so it's gonna take a bit longer than normal to finish it off. But if he hits it at 25 minutes and has it ready, then we're still completely fine. However, there is that Klink's Aegis.
No, and it means that they can actually siege and force Yellow Submarine to engage into them as opposed to having to walk forward with the Monkey King.
Too, but they weren't there in time. If Destructor was nearby, well, he is now. Wolves will buy a few seconds and straight down into a silence.
Unfortunate.
That's always a risky high ground to walk past, especially once they had finished the Aegis already like over half a minute ago. That they might just run into 4Pirates activity trying to clean up that top wave. Well, it was a decision that he made, and maybe one that he regrets. Meanwhile, Dawnbreaker picked up the haste rune, so this needs to go down right now. BKB runs away. There we go. 2 ulties down the drain. It is a 9-second BKB, if I remember correct. That was the first. Yep, that was the first usage of it. But the hunt is on.
No, it's an important
getting in deep vision. Hakoda's going to get glimpsed in a second unless they just blow him up right here. Not even a glimpse needed.
And there he goes. Attacker feeling good. Well underway to finishing the full Mjolnir. And honestly, I think I'm hoping that they're going to be placing some vision some further forward because they need to start diving even deeper.
The shaker again. Oh boy, well,
nice try.
We were commending Infernal in game number 1, but this one just seems unplayable.
No, he's at the absolute worst time of it. You have 2 heroes that can push out waves without putting themselves at much risk in the Ember, as well as the Terrorblade.
And Morel's gonna walk into another Static Storm, isn't he?
Keeps on showing.
Same story as before. Maybe with the cookie this time around. No, still gets hit by another follow-up stun.
Did not have a Remnant out to actually go anywhere to. Only thing he could do as soon as he was cast that Remnant, but yeah.
Otakar on the hunt for more. And fresh Mjolnir. I'd actually love to see a Revenant's Brooch as well for the Klinks against this DB matchup, because DB already naturally has somewhere between 40 to 50 armor when we go later into the game. So you have Mjolnir and then Revenant's Brooch, and this Klinks can definitely take on a Terrorblade.
I would love to see that. I mean, it's...
It could be one of those niche item picks that you just kind of theorize that it's good, but there's probably better items to think about.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, I think in this game, especially because neither of the other cores are a particular threat to you right now, that itemizing just for the TB is the way to go.
Is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Here, good split as well. Otakar takes the bottom tower while the rest smokes Sneaking, and Mirel just went into the river.
Another static storm. They can't even
This time
cookie
there's
save him
heals.
out this time around, but the Sunray heal is not even nearly enough to save him from trouble. So Morel is dead once again. This Ember has been answered for. Phoenix will follow suit.
Dire's middle tower
Another one for Natty Narwhal to pick up a double kill for the Monkey King.
And now the squeeze is on. Look at where all of the dire sentry wards are. Look at where the obs still are. Otakar is just sweeping from the bottom side of the map all the way to the top, farming everything. And that means that they're not just losing heroes on Yellow Submarine right now, they're also really getting squeezed in the farm department.
Radiant's middle tower
I don't know if this Ember is ever going to be tanky enough to survive that Static Storm combo. Even if you get a BKB at some point, if it's going like as it is, Disruptor's already got the Ags as a first item in his inventory, which I absolutely love to see. Because I see a lot of blinks on Disruptor, but when the game is going this well, and you know that your sole job is the Ember Spirit, nothing else matters. That Ags will counter this Ember throughout this entire match.
It will, and hopefully later on versus the TB as well. No Sunder could be a pretty darn big deal. If you're looking at the fact that a lot of your DPS is still coming from 2 melee cores with BKBs that are going to be running low now. Although I say that the Monkey King hasn't used his yet. Okay, never mind. It's just been Hotoke. Now a smoke towards this vision. But they didn't really see anybody on this. So this is a good position to hold, because at least you can see what's happening here if you take a fight here.
Yeah. And I do really like the fact that Yellow Submarine is finally grouping up and making a move on the map. Instead of just,
they got that Scotty.
Instead of just being stale and continuing, which is giving kills to the enemy. Because now we finally hit a timing. We can stand our ground.
Scotty
maybe
plus...
Hakoda is in a good position. The ward is also there. Perdanchik and Ariel both going to be spotted. Natty Narwhal coming in with speed. They're going to get the Walrus Punch onto the Snapfire. The Sun Ray heal from the Sayuj. Phoenix at the back line.
Shaker gets to do
Monkey King
nothing.
off. The Phoenix might not even get the egg off at all. The Echo was there, but they've lost Bottega. And they are so badly injured on the side of Yellow Submarine. I don't think anybody's going to make it alive from this engagement. The Phoenix is TP'd home. The Ember is trying his best, and he's going to get glimpsed straight back. So he's gone, just like that. Otakar in the nick of time, probably like 0.1 seconds away from the Ember just disappearing. Perdanchik with some W's into the chat. That is a clean and almost, I could almost say, decisive win for 4Pirates.
No, absolutely. They did that really well. They guessed completely correctly where the enemy was, came at it from the backside, immediately dropped their own vision to equalize that vision advantage that they had, and then caught all of the cores in that awkward position in the river. I hate to say it, but I do think that Infernal's positioning has been way worse this game. He should not be on top of his Terrorblade whatsoever.
Otakar's been enjoying TB not that much. I only got the Scotty Manta impact from the Terrorblade, only to end up inside a Static Storm. Again, like, this Disruptor has truly been the highlight here of this game. And now he's got the blink, so he can always be there.
Yep. And yeah, this looks to be just another group move from Yellow Submarine. They don't have a lot of choices at this point. You can keep 2 waves pushed out between the Ember and the TB, but any heroes that you now present separately are just going to die basically instantly. This Clinks could be anywhere, and he's just going to evaporate whoever you present if they are alone.
Submarine, ultis are up. Find somebody with the smoke, but nobody is in the top half of the map. 4Pirates are just pressuring bottom and mid. They are not playing this top lane anymore. Maybe a maybe if they go through the gate, they could run into someone. They spot Otaker cutting waves in bottom. Someone's going to have to defend the base where Bottega is right now. If they can connect, but the problem is 4Pirates have already grouped up. So the Dawnbreaker doesn't need to be there. They are so blind in this bottom half of the map where 4Pirates are playing, so not find anyone.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And this is precisely what's going to happen. Otakar can just nip into your base, deal some permanent damage,
Dire's top tower is under
hop back out again. Dawnbreaker doesn't need to be there. She can come in late. And the Roche has just been spotted. No, that one fight that they had between the Skadi on the TV, the fact that the Aegis had timed out, that would have been the one.
Potentially, yeah. I do wonder what Undershock has been telling the boys on the side of 4Pirates between games 1 and game 2, because they... I mean, this is 2 games in a row where both teams have had their first pick have the most impact in a game. But also the fact that they polished this draft out very nicely, following up from that disruptor. That 23rd
Yeah, and
Blinks pick feels also like it's gonna get away with this game, having a free time. He's also going for a Scotty, so Blinks is gonna have a ton of HP. There are no damage items on TV yet.
No, it's all been counting on that Skadi being able to control the fights with that, but they can't get him into a good position. 4Pirates are not afraid to just straight up collapse on top of him, especially not because they keep on getting this Earthshaker first. They're gonna go back, sweep out their waves, restore order on the map. Monkey King with a level 20 now as well. That's a decent amount of extra crit, 60%
Yep.
on the Boundless Strike.
Again, at risk of getting caught, Otaker is diving in deep on the hunt. They're going to see him. They're going to set up on him. Jaker's TPing in. If they can just get the chains on him.
Yeah, they're biting.
Does have a BKB. They're going to wear him down,
He does
try to
have an
force it
Aegis.
off of him, but the Monkey's already getting in position on the left side of the fight. Verdunching is low, and the Earthshaker's targeted by the Monkey King. Bottega has to reset his position, but the cookies
got
are
the
never
TV.
saving heroes. He's going to die inside this kinetic field. Bottega support with him. Sayush is down. Refresher used by the Dawnbreaker, so another ulti is available. Snapfire gone. 3 heroes dead on the side of Yellow Submarine. And just the way 4Pirates position and collapse, and suddenly Yellow Submarine is on full retreat.
No, Otakar just dangles himself. He's like, either I find a pick off here, or they go on me and they expose where they are, and that means that Monkey gets to stop the Shaker from doing anything, and then it's only a matter of time before you find the TV. And the TV, that's still a 9-second BKB, has never even been able to think about popping it, just because that Static Storm is on top of him every single time.
Yeah, and the fact that that kinetic field is always up before the cookie is able to get him to safety, that Snapfire is just purely countered by the Disruptor. Timing based. One has a blink, the other doesn't. Aerial can... You talked about Scotty controlling fights, well I feel like this Disruptor is controlling
Radiant's top
the outcome
Yeah.
of the fights.
100%. And because the Ember and the Shaker have had such rough games, there is no chance for Yellow Submarine to do the same the other way around. They haven't had a chance to find a Disruptor before the fight has already gone badly for them. Neither of them has been particularly eager to force the Static Storm on themselves either. I mean, that's one of the reasons why Morel has had such a bad game, is because up until this point, he has been the prime target of these Static Storms.
Yeah, my man was 9-1, now he's 11-7. It's been a rocky ride down. Meanwhile, Dawnbreaker is still holding on to an 11-1-7, 18 KDA out of the 28 kills.
They just ignored him.
All right, well,
They just... But...
Shaker caught. BKB does go off, though. It does give them a chance, and that's 4Pirates actually burning everything. And Bottega finally gets his first fight of the game. Natty Narwhal taking big hits here. 4Pirates will lose their mid laner to Hakoda getting the last hit. And they're cleaning up all the skeletons. The chains are there. The Echo Cell will connect. Blink still has Aegis and a BKB. He'll have that BKB for his second life, trying to take down Infernal. He's surviving for long enough for them to finish off the Clinks. Can they lock him down? Cookie stun's available. Hakoda, he doesn't get it out in time. Altakar gonna get the BKB off. Sunder's also on cooldown. And look at the way they nuke through that Terror Blade. Overwhelming damage. So just a monkey to fall. 4Pirates, a clean house. Sayush will be the last to drop.
No, that was unfortunately, yeah, you can say that 4Pirates burned everything that they had, but not that BKB and not that Aegis quite yet. And Yellow Submarine unfortunately had to do the same in order to get to the second phase of that fight.
Just look at the fight recap too. I mean, this was the best fight for Yellow Submarine in terms of damage done. This is the highest damage they've dealt in a single fight. I think this is more damage than they've done in all fights combined in this entire game.
It's entirely possible. And it's very hard when that turning moment comes. It is very hard to recognize that you don't get to turn the entire game this one fight. It's the first time you feel the momentum, and as a team you want to immediately follow that. And it truly takes a discipline of champions to say like, hey, the fact that we got them to back off alone is as good as it's gonna get. Like, you don't want to believe that. You don't want to make that switch. You want to press this advantage now that you finally got it. And unfortunately, they'd already pressed everything there was to press.
You activated my trap card.
I mean,
one of those games, huh?
Just one of those games.
At least in terms of scaling, there's still a lot of things Yellow Submarine can do. Hex is queued on the Phoenix. Refresher for the Shaker. I love how he's had this Kaya queued up for maybe 25 minutes, but yeah, poor Morel.
Whenever the Dawnbreaker comes down like that, I imagine that the hero underneath is just flattened like a Goomba.
I was about to make that same reference with first you're stuck, then a Monkey King hits you with a bat, also like jumps on top of your shoulders, then a Dawnbreaker comes out of the sky with a hammer. And it's like, how deep can you go? Like 6 feet under ain't enough.
Absolutely not. I mean, don't the corpses like actually also physically get pushed under the layer that we see?
I think so.
And they
it's
wait
a very
there until
grim
the
thought,
respawn?
but you might be right on that.
I think that's actually the way it works. You wait under the layer of the map until you respawn and you pop back into the fountain.
It's funny because I was talking yesterday to Harry about an Insta reel about Dota that I saw with Snapfire and Mars. Where if okay, well, might as well just watch Hakoda drop one more time here. Hit me, baby, one more time. Turn out all the mana. If you can get an eye out of this, I'll be very impressed, but not gonna happen. The fact that Mars and Snapfire, if you Ags on Snapfire and eat the Mars and instantly spit him out in like 1 meter when he's on a cliff or something like that, I don't know how it works exactly. The Mars starts to go on this, you know, like this, the flailing animation he does when he's like running. Instead, he goes sideways and he's suddenly swimming. So if you throw a spear, the spear lasts for like a minute. And so does the stun duration if it connects on a hero. So what you do is you use an enemy, cast the spear under him, and they are flailing forever.
Oh,
not sure if they fixed that yet, but Bottega. That also feels like the same effect in this as well, because every time you're initiated on, you are not allowed to play the video game. Be it Morel, be it Bottega. Modiker is going to unleash hell.
One of the things that's going unsaid here is that Natty Narwhal has been giving a lot of vision. Helping find a bunch of these opportunities.
Yeah, overwhelming vision game here for 4Pirates.
And they tried that in the previous one as well, mind you, with the Night Stalker.
Gonna try. And then Infernal for the stun. Echo Slam comes out. There's the Solar Guardian for the first. Actually, that is the second time because they did use it on the TV a moment ago. Egg burnt. Flyback used on the TV. 4Pirates they're going out of here.
That's a slam burnt.
And a 36k lead on top of it.
Yeah, you can't help but
Miles
feel
ahead.
that 4Pirates would wanna, because they have a static storm. If they find anybody right now, they're going right back into your base.
And honestly,
Especially with
if
the
we,
meta
if we
also
take a
burnt.
look at Ariel, not only the fact that he has a blink dagger, but he's held on to his tumbler toy, and he's not even picking up the next set of neutrals yet. Mobility, vision is key.
Yep, here they are again. Ding dong.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
If
attack.
Granny
Anybody
had an
home?
Aether Lens with that gobble up, that could be a way to save a hero from that Ag Static Storm. Walk on the edge of it, hero, push him out. This time around, Phoenix might die, but the Static Storm is spent on this, so there is a 60-second window, even though it is Mega Creeps. Morel throwing in Remnants here just to try and slow him down, maybe get a kill on the Tusk. But Dunchik should drop here, and he's gonna go for more. He knows
Morel's
it's all
chasing.
in. It's all in now. Jules is up the Monkey King, hopes that somebody can follow up on it. Bottega is the one in the front line. Okay, Hakoda's gonna spit him in. Oh, so close for the TP cancel. But can't catch the Disruptor, man. Ariel gets away again. But I guess you could buy back into taking Aegis for Bottega. Natty Narwhal, though, sees everything. Nice Fissure. Infernal. Oh, Natty Narwhal jumping away once again and just getting to safety. Meanwhile, Morel is dying to Audiker, unleashing hell on this Ember Spirit. He's got no Remnant. He's just dead. Oh, yo, yo.
That was an unforced error.
It was. I feel like it was more like a desperation play already at this point. But now I feel like, is there any win condition left for Yellow Submarine? I think that was their last ace up their sleeve, is getting that Aegis on TD and giving him protection from that buyback being spent.
Yep. Next time he dies in real life. He dies for real.
That's another refresher going the way of 4Pirates. For the Monkey King, who doesn't have his own orb or his own shard. Dawnbreaker already has the double ult. Tusk doesn't need one. Is there any item getting ready on the side of Yellow Submarine is what I'm looking at. You could now buy out the Daedalus. The recipe is just a couple hundred gold short. Pressure on the Shaker, which was highlighted a moment ago, that could be something. The Sheep Stick's still too far away for the Phoenix. Won't be able to finish it. Same thing for the Shivas on the Ember. Unless they're
Yeah.
somehow able to hold for like maybe 6 minutes without an engagement and just farm these Mega Creeps. Maybe he'll be able to get that Shivas. High hopes.
Infernal's really...
They're gonna fight with
He's holding on to that greater healing Lotus so that he can double slam. I mean, he might just about make it because he does have Quicken on the Desert Blood, right? But it's
right next to the Monkey King, trying to get the full connection on him. Yeah, they were at minimum range from that smoke popping.
Courier has been killed.
They still were a bit afraid to connect everything against a Solar Guardian. Refresher Solar Guardian, to be exact. Could have ended up having a double heal. It's just not that simple, jumping a target like that.
Yeah, 4Pirates do not have to take a mediocre engagement here. They could just look at that, say like, do we think that this is a good fight for us? Nah, okay. Back out. Use all of that mobility that you've been saving up and buying and just swing back to the bot lane. Go fish again, see if you catch something this time.
And more buildings getting destroyed in their base. Won't take too many minutes and those tier 4 towers will fall. Audiker. They'll get straight to work. Roche banner down.
Oh, Morel just loses
Getting
half
the stun on the
HP.
Ember. He got the Yules off, but he's so damn low already. These tier 4s are about to drop the Audiker. Remember, he has that second life. BKB in his backpack. Echo's that huge one at the backline too. It does drop them low enough. Maybe they can get something done, but Morel is also dead. Buyback coming in from both of the cores. Hakoda is in big trouble too, and Bottega is just sitting on the edge of that fountain right now. Hakoda will die to Hotoke. Natty Narwhal, big Wukong's ring, and Tusk focuses down that Terrorblade. Bottega out that means that we're going for a game number 3. 4Pirates tie things up. Pretty solid game from them. All right. Well, seems like we might have had Kip's mute happen there for a second. She'll be back with us momentarily. Yeah, like what you're basically saying, like 4Pirates just getting chances in this draft, the way that they're playing these lanes, especially the lane swap, which I was worried about at the start. Like, how is this going to play out? That they're going to lack on a little bit of kill potential. It turned out perfect in a sense that the Shaker didn't really get to play this game. Most importantly, the supports just constantly invading the triangle, blocking those camps, slowing down the Shaker even more. And this started off with Morel getting a double kill for his lane, and even he was not having this. And I've, cost my analysis job right now with what I'm thinking about is going to happen. And then it doesn't happen, That's why you're here to correct me.
I followed up so beautifully, because what I was saying is that, and then on top of that, I want them to not be afraid of the big responding ults that are going to come, because you're going to have to make these plays happen. You're going to have to push the tempo into a Tidehunter, into a Puck. You could definitely get scared of dying to that the first time and then forget that often somebody needs to die the first time, so that then the second time the Tidehunter has absolutely nothing to do against the second push, because those cooldowns are long, especially for that Tide. You can't just be too afraid to fight that you forget that you're going to win at least 1 out of every 2 fights that you take into this hero just because he doesn't do anything the second time.
Yep. You are right about that. Well, those are long cooldowns. Be it that, or are they going to smartly use one by one? Of course, you've got Requiem Song.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of poetic, right? That you have the Naga song into a Requiem of the Soul singing maybe the song of the Siren or the song of the Damned.
The Damned, I think, much the Damned. At least nobody damned to make their lane hard from the get-go this time.
I was just building up a musical reference in my mind. Like, sounds like I'm trying to make some different type of rap music here, where you go like, I have a classical beginning, and then it suddenly turns into like underground.
Feels a little out there, my man.
I'm not a specialist on rap music.
Anyone who's seen your picture knows.
Yeah, everyone who's seen that is true. It's true.
Alright.
Gotta work on growing that hair game once again. Infernal, well, the lane is not going to start very well. It's got to be a first blood for Ariel. Maybe a bit earlier than I thought.
Very rough.
I was going to give it maybe 2 minutes. And,
to the level 3.
Like Starter has been nerfed in the recent past quite a bit, so that he doesn't have that big of a punch with his abilities in the laning stage. He's very slow, but he's got good armor and good HP. So you'd be wondering, like, how does a 700 HP level 1 hero just die? Like, well, that's a good question. I wasn't watching bottom. I wasn't really seeing what happened to her. Okay, the observer's highlighting the tag team, which obviously with Clinks is a very deadly tool. You can see Sayush is a much of a softer target. So the Snapfire I can totally understand, but getting a Slardar with just a level 1 tag team and a Clinks is like, well, sure, you just did that.
Especially if he had already taken a couple of hits beforehand, right? Like from 100. Maybe not, but... Otherwise,
now that's not 1 kill, that's 2 kills now from that lane.
Yep, on a lane with the Clinks, which normally isn't really a kill lane. It's hard to find any range carry lanes, in fact, that you would consider to be kill lanes. But that Tusk combination, much like you said with the Gyrocopter, this feels really good. All of that extra damage. of the tag team.
I also think I might be wrong on this, but I think the tar bomb also activates the tag team proc. I could be wrong because it's a spell, but it's also a projectile and it does deal damage. Because I've seen Tusk Clink's combos before. I think I've actually played against this lane once in my life before, and I'm like, how do they have this much damage? It's literally these two heroes. There's something that I'm missing out on the way that they interact.
Could be right. Let's see if they're going to give us a demonstration.
Could also be, well, I mean, Burning Barrage is not available for a very long time, but
No.
if you had that in the lane, I'd understand that rocking tag team every time.
Yes. But no, the barrage days are not here anymore. Mine. I'm hoping that Klinks gets to keep his abilities for a while now. He's been put through the ringer.
Gone through a couple reworks, hasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, strafe tag team.
Look
yeah,
at
there
this.
We go. There's your answer. That's a that's a ton of damage right there. At least he got the Lotus, but it's not really a relief.
No, and especially if you look at how little damage, especially the like how little damage the Dusk has copped there as well. Tango's up again. He's ready for another brawl. It's just that the wave's pushing into them right now, and there's a reason why we're sticking to this bottom lane mostly. By the way, is because top lane, I think Hotoke for the first time now moving up, and immediately getting punished. But he's been getting waves pulled for him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Long range raise, is it gonna be enough?
No.
No, he's gonna pop the magic wand. He'll be okay. Shadow Fiend burns out all of his mana. Ariel also brought in one of the Lotuses to heal up his Puck down the mid lane because there was a Naga Deluge and a Boar hitting him at the same time. And Matty Narwhal was like, please help me.
He's had a tough time
Bottom.
dealing with the boar.
The same story continues in bottom. Sayush does pump out every heal that he has in his inventory. Maybe for a turn on the
Has a
Tusk.
turn.
There we go. Lynx gave up on the chase, and that costs them a hero.
Actually,
And Harry's
wait.
got a farm.
I was about to say, surely these people are going to buy boots at some point, but actually, Sayush had so much to buy that he sent the courier with his boots on it back because he got some money out of the kill just now.
Yeah. Double down or nothing.
Yeah. Clearly,
Morel's
you didn't
bringing out
need the
that
boots.
there's some activity down in mid, and this Puck could die if somebody just shows up here. But top, they're fighting, and bottom, they just finished fighting. Ariel, Hakoda, both dropping low. Blood Grenade on the Naga Siren. Ariel can't get close enough. And the funny thing is, there's a level 2 bat, no sticky napalm on him, because he doesn't want to give any extra magic stick charges. Otherwise, you know, Tide Hunter, Bat Rider, you'd have Magic Wand maxed out in less than a minute with these two heroes.
Yeah, it would
So
be
many
the
spells being
dream.
flung around. And now Morel finally got his kill. Thank you. He thanks Sayush for finally showing up. Relay in on the
Golden.
Tusk. Bottega. This Shadow Fiend might be the one to drop first. Snowball stun loaded up to the maximum. And Bottega will drop. Erdanchik will drop to Sayush. Hotoke is trying to slow him down. The cookie quite off the mark here. This Tide Hunter, there's nothing they can do to the Tide. So Ariel's just going to go secure another Lotus. Get away with a kill trait that they're happy to take. Shadow Fiend down for the first time.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
tower
and is Tide Hunter doing way better in his lane than the Slardar is so far, which is, when you look at the jobs that these two are going to have in the mid game, is a dire sign for Yellow Submarine.
It sure is. At least on the positive side, he's still got that wave right in front of his tower, so he's not that far behind to the Tide Hunter. Tide Hunter is actually second in net worth.
is under attack.
He's
Over the
doing
Clinks
good for himself.
and the Beastmaster.
He's
Now
going
there's
to
the
get
dive.
dove. Yep.
Danchik can't get close enough for the tag team to activate. Maybe wait for a second timing. 7-minute rune is going to get challenged. Someone's going to have to help out in bottom for Yellow Submarine, unless they're just going to let it slide. Double Wisdoms going for 4Pirates.
Yep. No, Sayush was too occupied in the mid lane because the puck has been really
Radiant's
laying in on Mirel.
under attack.
So much damage done on that bottom tower. Now finally with Sayush showing up, they can kick Perdanchik out.
No snowball coming out just quite yet. Just get
very
Audiker
cute.
to pull the camp, so he'll get vision to snowball away.
Very cute. You love to see it.
And Hakoda looks like he might drop in top. Ariel and Hotoke just putting the pressure on the Naga Siren. There we go. Shadow Fiend decided that they have Ravage, so I can't lane anymore. Needing the Naga Siren to get any XP or any creeps available there to get the Naga up to level 6. Naga level 6 is not really the biggest thing in the game overall. Unless you're gonna hear like, oh, there's 4 heroes coming in, now we need a Naga. Like, that's when the Naga gets interested.
I mean, and specifically, you want, of course, the other heroes for the combos to be on top. Like, it's definitely a bigger deal with Soyush also having 6 and being available.
Yep.
I just
Nice dodge from him.
Yellow Submarines, their game plan right now, as you said, it really hinges all on the Slardar. He's gone for the full phase boots right now.
Scanning.
He's got the bracer. He needs these things to stay alive in the lane. But it also means that the Blink Dagger is going to be really quite slow. The SF is not going to do anything. And the Beastmaster, of course, is going to be building up an axe. This is not Helm of the Dominator side lane Beastmaster. So they have that brawly lineup, and they're still going to be slow, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. This is looking exactly like the Slardar matchup we watched yesterday in the Americas qualifier.
Roar on
Colonel
mid.
again, just on the receiving end here. He might be able to take down Peradanchik. Has a big crush to land.
Got
That's
him.
the fight versus Clinks. Natty Narwhal also down to Morel. Audiker though, still battling it out here. Another bash. Ariel's going to have to come into the rescue. Slardar is starting to feel himself, getting that power fantasy. But, you know...
A
there's
fantasy.
backup to be sent. A fantasy indeed. But yeah, like the... So this was in the Fissure Playground Americas qualifier. It was Thailand Mafia versus Hunters. Hunters played Sand King, Sven, and Slardar, and they lost pretty much all of their 3 lanes. And 15 minutes into the game, they win their first team fight, and they just win the entire game from there onward. So
Okay.
it's basically like you're on the receiving end from the laning stage, and as soon as Slardar gets to his timings, this was also like 13-minute link.
Let's see. Natty
And
Narwhal's in
that's-
trouble again.
Your go-to. Yeah, Natty Narwhal taking a beating here. Those axes are no joke.
Nope. His death previously was just him underestimating the Beastmaster DPS output. He used Orb a little flippantly. Got a roar in the face and had no way to get out anymore, even after he, you know, recovered from being stunned.
Tidehunter actually rotated bottom there to push the Slardar away from the Clinks. Clinks is starting to feel threatened a bit. I think that's a good sign for Yellow Submarine. Getting 4Pirates on the move, and 10 minutes in, of course, you can't get too locked in your lanes. Especially with a Dominator. Might as well just send a Dominator creep down the other lane and push the other. Audiker has also rotated top, wants to get some poke going at T1.
And this is going to probably make sure that Audiker can stay top if he wants to, and the Tidehunter could just stay bottom, and that would neutralize the problem that you have with the Slardar once again. But for now, we've got an SF to hunt.
Yep. Retreat time. Good time for a song. Multiple heroes in the area.
Another
We're
one
gonna
set
go for
up.
a Requiem nuke. We're gonna try. Into a Ravage. Coil is followed up. Natty Narwhal will get everything off, and they're just tipping Bottega. These guys are absolutely mad at this Shadow Fiend. They tipped him before for a failed gank in mid, and now they're trying to tilt his game with some more tips. So this is some old school tipping right here. It's like trying to upset one guy.
Yeah, it's starting to look a little targeted. And well,
Good, we
here's
got
the...
some bants going, you know, proper story to tell.
Let's see if it works. Well, let's see if he can keep a cool head or not. But yeah, here we see the same thing with Naga Siren ult that can also definitely happen with a Yule Scepter. It's not just a setup for you. It's also a setup for the enemy. In this case, allowing Natty Narwhal to just really sit on his hands and patiently wait until he can come in with the counter with that coil.
Well, Infernal does have his blink money now, so now with the Requiem down, it's a bit unfortunate, but they can definitely look for something with this Beastmaster as long as he gets his Aghanims, which has been delayed by quite a bit. So maybe the Slardar Blink is not going to give anything massive. Maybe him and the Snapfire together can find something on the map and Beast can join in. But the real timing is when you have Blink on Slardar and Axe on Beastmaster, and then you just don't let go of the gas.
Yes.
Play with every roar cooldown. Sayush is surrounded by hostiles. The entire 4Pirates team is coming in with 5. This team loves to play 5-man.
It's the
13 minutes into the game, and you're bringing all 5 heroes. You're losing a hero on top of that. This is not what 4Pirates signed up for. That's another one. That's a blunder.
That
Submarine's going to get a couple freebies.
And they brought Otaker for that and everything, and they just, like, the function of the dive is pretty clear, right? You push them off of the tower so that everybody behind can just lay into that. And if you lose a hero there, that's fine, as long as they bought enough time. But I think especially that DD, or I should say AD rune on Morel, made sure that they just really did not have the staying power to actually keep Yellow Submarine away from their own tower.
Yeah, I'd be curious about their positioning, right? Because they're trying to make a big pincer move around the T1 tower, still being up. So they have to resort to all these trees, all these high grounds that they have to walk through. And Yellow Submarine has full info on what's happening, and they're already in position. So them preparing for it just put 4Pirates in a position where we have too long of a distance to cover between our heroes. I think they saw the puck for a quick moment there. Sayush with the ward, and Infernal goes straight in, and there's the dodge, and there's your puck going out.
You are not catching him this game unless it's, well, Nagasong. Don't really see any other way. Perhaps if the puck misplays, gets caught on the Requiem of Souls, something like that. But ultimately, this should be a pretty free puck game.
In a way, yeah.
Blasts.
You got the potential to be a real hero on puck in a game like this.
There's that Aghanim Scepter. Now let's see how they're gonna leverage it.
All right, so the big thing now with Slardar's and Beastmaster's timings is the fact that if they can find a single pick anywhere or force 4Pirates to go back, they can instantly Roche. That's the real power of this Ags. Combined with the Slardar, they can take Roshan really, really quickly. Beastmaster in itself can do it by himself, but now Slardar amplifies that even more.
But I've also had
Probably pick into Roche is the play.
They've already had Hakoda scouting here. But yeah, find some Beastmaster. That's not really who you want. This is the one.
On the puck. Going straight at it, and there we go. Puck dead. And Ariel also dead. Infernal will find the follow-up there. Hakoda was giving info on the Bat Rider. Infernal follows up on it, so 2 good kills. Maybe the T1 to fall into Roche or just directly into the pit.
We're all thinking about it. I love it when you can see them.
They can definitely do it if they wanted to. It's just that do they understand that they can? I guess they fear the Tidehunter getting info, and how well does Hotoke know how this lineup is supposed to work? That they're gonna Roche ASAP, or they're gonna Roche soon, or they're gonna Roche in a couple minutes.
Presumably he knows exactly. I don't actually think they expected. Look at that move as well.
Infernal finding another in top. Lasso goes out, but Infernal's found the bat.
Hotoke, I think, reading that they're over-respecting maybe the Ravage currently. Because we clearly seem to feel
Natty Narwhal. He's
like
used
Yellow
the
Submarine
silence
should be
already.
going.
Gets the catch on him. Shield rune activated. Burnt through. Ravage there as well. Slardar to drop almost, but Hakoda is there for the song save. And now we're going to see another Requiem. And are we going to get some tips in return for this? We're going to get some tips on the other way around. Hotoke has to battle it out versus the entire team of Yellow Submarine. And there we go. There we go. That's the tip game I'm waiting for. Oh, the sad face. Oh, you've been tipping all game. Oh, what can you do? You're sleeping.
You don't want a baby,
You don't want a baby. And into Roche.
There we go. Yes. Throwing the
Like I
rivals
said,
straight
it does
out
good
of
for the
pram.
story.
You gotta. This is exactly how you gotta handle that. I don't think 4Pirates is gonna be very eager to try that again.
Fortunate for them, those long cooldowns you mentioned. Nothing to throw into a cluster attack of heroes, so that Puck is going to try and find a solo pick. However, that almost backfires with Infernal loading up the stun. Natty Narvel jumping away, but the snap ulti burning a couple connections. One more. He's still in the fire, and he's down. Hakoda had an illusion, and the deluge takes down the Puck.
Oh, that is sad.
That is sad, but at the same time, such a nice little detail for Yellow Submarine that Naga was able to slither in that one single illusion that they don't really care about that much. He's just busy dodging the fires. I was like, oh, I got my phase shift off, and then splash.
I liked seeing him panic, like, wait, I should not be dying to this. Why am I dying? But I also don't want to walk back into the river. What do I do?
Yep.
And I was like, that's how I feel the entire time when I'm playing. Glad to see that if you're top 100 Immortal, you can still feel like that.
Yep. Good thing for 4Pirates is the fact that Ravage is up in 20 seconds, and it's going to be a minute and 20 for the Tormentor to spawn, and they have a Clinks with a Shard and a Deso almost done, so they can also take Tormentor rapidly down. And that's a pipe killed on the Courier off of the Tidehunter. Lasso on the Shadow Fiend, great target. And if they can get him out of the way, yes they can, and now we're probably going to get tips the other way around again. Infernal on the escape, blocked by the shards, nowhere to go. Cornered.
You're bringing the party to him.
Maybe he can make it out. The aerial didn't quite get on top of him there, but the napalm is slowing him down. The resin is burning, the tar bomb is there, the snowball's coming in. Finally, the chase comes to an end. And there we go. Oh, yo. Time to tip again.
I don't think he feels nearly as bad about this one. Like, yeah, it's a bit of a blunder taking that fight when you know the ults on the other side are up, when your Naga is just in mid. But on the other hand, yeah, you're not losing that much on the map.
Yep, this beast is still 5-0. He is uncontested, rocketing in skyrocketing in net worth, not networking in skyrockets. Guess you could say that's also a reference to his farm from the mid lane.
Elon Musk, is that you?
Are we calling my Beastmaster Elon Musk now? Meanwhile, top lane, a Ravage is landed, and a Song is also coming into play. Bottega can't get the Requiem off for free because the Snowball is there in time, and he won't have the chance to get another. And that kind of spoils the party for them, but Mirel is on his way. Hakoda, Bottega both down, Otakar to follow. Hotoke will soak up all of the damage from these three. Can't kill off Infernal. Skeleton's trying to do their best, and Ariel was hoping to find a cheeky lasso. Maybe burn it here. He's still thinking about it. That Firefly is about to run out, so nobody's going to walk into him. He will not go... Oh, I was about to say he's not going to go for the blink play, but maybe he's still going to do it because Infernal was under vision. There was a ward in the river showing his location, and maybe he's going to get the chance to just dive and jump in between. Burn, 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 baby! But they're both dead. Gets the kill on Infernal. That's 684 gold for the Batrider. Totally worth it. Interrupts the Tormentor play. Puck's coming in and takes one, takes another. Aegis down on the Beastmaster. No charges on his Drums of Slum either. This beast is actually in huge trouble now. He'll deal damage quite a lot towards Bretanchik and Natty Narwhal, but not enough.
That's a high five, yeah. Bring out those smileys, boys. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Because one of the reasons that previous fight went so badly was because Natty Narwhal couldn't be there. But Yellow Submarine, desperate to get that Tormentor off of the win, and just Batrider ready to sacrifice his life in order to turn everything around. That's great. Just bridging between a puckless fight and a great opportunity for a Tormentor taking the end here.
I love the shot calling as well in the team. Like, Ariel's like, if they walk to me, I can find a kill. But wait a minute, we have a deep ward there. We know the Slardar is low. It could have been a play where it just completely backfires. Where Tormentor is either killing the Batrider, maybe they get an eye on the Slardar,
or they catch the Bat before he even gets there.
Yeah, so many different outcomes that are possible, but the fact that Puck was respawning and on his way, I think that was some really good shot calling. That yeah, we're only 2, but we can definitely do it. See what comes out of it.
Let's see, I mean, the Puck's already halfway to Octarine because of that. And Natty Narwhal is going to make a real issue of himself in this game.
This is going to be the theme of the game. We're going to be fighting quite a lot here. Ariel tried to go for the initial engagement. Ends up being the one dropping. At least they have the shard on the Tusk. But it's not... I mean, the Tormentor shard picked up for the Tusk, but still not the... Again, the biggest in a game like this. Tidehunter's just been trying to zone him, trying to get some poke, but, you know, Tidehunter's not really phased about it.
Yeah.
He's already picked up that pipe.
I love seeing chases on a Tidehunter like that, where they're like, yeah, the enemy team is still in range, we can catch this guy. And then it's like, wait, but this guy's Tidehunter, we don't want to catch him. We want anybody but the fish.
We want to get into the juicy stuff inside, not the hard shell of a watermelon.
Yeah, but the juicy stuff inside is made out of like tusks and pucks, and they're already gone.
Yeah.
They are long gone. Pipe on that tide as well. 15 Kraken Shell. It's not bad versus a physical focus lineup like this, and he's gonna get bigger.
Is that an Octarine puck?
Yes.
It is, alright, yeah. Support trade-off. Boteka finds 1 kill for himself there. Yeah, I actually have to go and look at Pro Tracker on these pucks, because I feel like Octarine Core has been getting more common on some heroes. But Puck, I feel like it's not every game you make it on this hero. Let me see.
No,
So
it
it's
really
actually,
depends on...
It's actually quite frequent, but not every game.
Not every single game.
Is this a trend?
I'm seeing it. I mean, I'm mostly seeing it in the terms of like, hey, as a Puck in this game, what you want to be doing is moving waves.
It's true. I want to have quick pokes in and out. We've already seen a 4-staff Puck. It's pretty cool that we got to see that too. Infernal is now going to be the target of a separate player tipping him. It's Audiker this time around. Hello, Submarine smoking up. Teamfight ulti's ready. Song not up for 45 seconds, and Naga running into the Tusk, but they find the Clinks at the same time. That's the real target. The snowball's there, but the hero's not inside it. That's gotta be a tip right there. I'm like, I think he's clicking the skeleton that's on top of the Clinks instead of the Clinks hero himself, and he's like, why is he not going in?
Oh, that's sad.
That was really sad.
Fuck, man.
Hey, one's misfortune's another's fortune.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great pick-off. He got that top tower out of the way, finally. And now 4Pirates look a little lost. I mean, they'd love to go for this pick-off on the Slaughter on the bottom lane, but the problem is that the tower's still up. If you commit, you're gonna get teleported on by a Song of the Siren that's now active.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're using the Roar nicely separate, the Roar with the Mortimer's Kisses as a separate way of fighting, and then the other is the Song Requiem combo. So you have 2 sets of team fights, and you're kind of rotating with, now we're finding a pickoff, now we're going for a team fight, now we're finding a pickoff, and then you're kind of like bouncing between those 4
So
ultimates
right
in
now,
pairs of 2.
are we going for a team
As Ariel's
fight?
got the lasso on Bottega, the follow-up from Perdanchik, and Hakoda will intervene, but Audiker is dealing damage on the side of the Song. Hakoda doesn't even notice the Clinks is doing that much damage, because they're just trying to keep in position of finishing off the Tusk, which they will get, and now onto Audiker they go. Dashes are coming in, nice Ravage, Shadow Fiend gonna get a target, and they will take him down. Nadia and Arba gonna get full up with the Roar as well for Morale, but there is a save coming in between, and maybe enough for them to fight back. They're both quite low on each side. 3 versus 4. 4 Pirates running out of firepower. And maybe Nadia and Arvel can find something on the side of that Witchblade. But it looks like Satoke is going to have to give his life away too. And that being 4 heroes down on the side of 4 Pirates, leaving Nadia and Arvel just by himself. And Perdanchik also bought back to die a second time.
No, once the fight goes long like that, you cannot win versus the Beastmaster anymore. You do not have the damage to go through all of that healing that he's bringing, and you're going to start melting to the axis. So unfortunately, really picking off the SF was the most that they were ever going to do in that fight, and that means that this Roche is now fully open.
And also one thing is a fact, even if 4Pirates have been giving up a fight, battling it back, Networth has constantly stayed in favor of Yellow Submarine with a snatch on the Aegis here. Aerial dead, and Puck will get a chance to battle it out, take down Morel. Infernal taking a blunder from Autaker and Natty Narwhal. And Slardar down for a double on Autaker. Even with all these trades, like I said, it's still been going Yellow Submarine's way in terms of economy, but at least this Aegis snatch goes on the perfect hero to pick it up. It's not a support stealing Aegis, it's your mid puck.
No one is going to significantly slow down Yellow Submarine once again. This is where you want to be taking out that second round of towers, you want to be taking out the tier 2s, but instead you once again got too eager after winning a fight. It's not giving enough respect to the fact that Natty Narwhal can come back in here.
Yep, and he's gonna get closer to a Parasma now. Just bought the recipe, just needs 1200 to finish off the Mystic Staff.
Yep. And that's where he's really going to start hurting. And yeah, you can't really fight Beastmaster in the long fights, but at the same time you can't play the entire fight by simply hugging your Beastmaster. This puck is going to be picking off everybody he can on the side.
Really important piece of your late game scaling as well, because now once you've hit Octarine Parasma, you can consider going Ags next, and the Puck Shard, most importantly. Get those two items together. Help pump extra damage in.
That's where you become top DPSer in the game once you've got those things going for you. Good news for Autaker, who's still, it's had trouble staying alive in this game. He's going for a Lincoln Sphere currently. The Roar has been plaguing him.
You see Aerial, but that's not really the best target. It's a good target. Infernal with the blind blink stun. Aerial's just getting... They're not getting anybody here. Like, one missed blink stun, another missed blink stun. 4Pirates grouped up, and there goes your smoke. He saw the Snapfire down in bottom. He teleported there. That means they can't really defend this tower with all 5 heroes for Yellow Submarine. They're going to have to let this tier 2 go.
Falls so fast under the Desolator. Going to get a Lotus Orb out from Pedanchik pretty soon as well. Another hazard for the Beastmaster to deal with, as well as possible to reflect some of those corrosive hazes. Natty Narwhal, half health, ready for a scrap, calls everybody bot.
Well, if he's quick with his fingers, like he has been so far,
there's the
that
Parasma.
Aegis, he can be quite happy to give it away, unless it's not for a fool's errand. Check. I think he caught a glimpse of a Hakoda. Dodge those Naga illusions. Natty Narwhal had his smoke pop. They might think that's the real Naga, but it dies way too quickly. Actually, the smoke expired, so there was a good chance he might think. Yeah, he is really deep here, but...
Come on, burn that Aegis. Do it.
Doesn't look like they necessarily have to. Keeping the waves pushed in, I think, is a win in itself, because it's 2 lanes versus the 1.
Yep. No, and they've been doing this against the Naga all the time.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
You gotta put so much effort into clearing those waves, and it's one of those things that you don't really get to see, especially if you're following the casters, because we're where the action is, and the Naga's gonna be pushing where the action isn't.
Autaker trying to force a reaction all the way back to base. Beast and SF both keeping home. Glyph used. Tier 3 almost
Yeah,
completely
tower?
drained out, and no response yet from Yellow Submarine, who are indecisive. Infernal was soloing a Tormentor to get a shard for the Beastmaster. And his zoo just got a little bit bigger. Vega, Silver Rage on the side. Song comes in, and they caught the Clinks. He's got a Lincoln still. Needs to be popped. And he just Arcane Pikes to safety. And Natty Narwhal, look at that turnaround. The Ravage and the Coil connected at the same time, but Botego's BKB's burning through it. Audiker is trying to regenerate, but Infernal is too much to deal with. Morel, however, is out. No Beastmaster for 70. 4 versus 4. Shadow Fiend in trouble. Hakoda trying to help him out. No can do. Botega is out, and you're running out of damage dealers. Infernal is the last one up. They still got the puck. Big, scary puck who had the Aegis all that time. Hakoda will drop as well. Another pick here for Natty Narwhal. Yellow Submarine will have to forfeit that full lane of racks. I hope this is not a BM pause. Okay, thank God it's lags, and it is Bedadunchik himself, the tip master of this series, calling it out.
And an apology. Very nice.
But,
But look at the damage dealt by that puck. Look at it.
That's
This is, as I said, this is the moment where puck turns into a DPS monster. And there's especially when you lose the Beastmaster, who's the only one who's able to keep pace with that amount of AoE DPS. When you lose him that early, before he's built anything up, before he start properly, banging those drums, that's really all 4Pirates needed to do. Even if they lose their carry, you'd think okay, you've lost him over on the side. Surely this is not the time to be storming into the base. But Natty Narwhal knows that he's the boss right now.
Yeah. Also, Hakoda dropped a bit of a panic ward, hoping that it's going to give enough vision in the lane against the gem. You can see this ward isn't actually showing really anything. If you click it, it's like this small bulge of vision. That's it. It's like a very limited area. It looks like a human foot, to be honest.
It does, yeah. Well, a human foot.
Okay, it's a big human foot, maybe Bigfoot.
What are those? It looks like a chicken drumstick.
Chicken drum. Oh yeah, one of those dino nuggets. Yeah. Dino nuggies.
I've never had a dino nugget in my life.
Never?
Never. Where do you get those? America?
I think it's just American things.
Right, Infernal.
It's been a while since I was there the last time. And hello, Infernal.
What did he think was gonna happen?
Oi, oi, oi.
Brother.
I'm speechless. That was never gonna work.
I mean, nobody on his team has buyback. Just hug your ancient, man.
I guess it gets to a point where you just have to admit defeat, but you want to add
I mean, it's
insult
not
to
over
injury.
Yet. This game is absolutely not over. If the Beastmaster actually gets to have a fight, it is still possible for you to out DPS the other side. And you still have the big ults, you still have the setup from the Naga. Got that SF ult at the ready once again. This is not over by a long shot, so an act of desperation like that is really weird to me. Anyway,
Yeah, that hurts
sure
team
he
morale
knows.
more than anything, let's put it that way. But sure, you still got a lot to play for with Yellow Submarine, especially with what they already have and how close they were to almost winning that fight. If only they didn't lose that Beastmaster right away at the start, because they only just finished a round of items. That was the Shivas on the Beast, and I think that was also the Blink on the Naga Siren, so Hakoda was able to at least get the song out. Fortunate for them, the only result of the Naga song was the Clinks Hurricane Pike to a position they couldn't get to. But that also meant that Clinks was out of the fight for a while. So it wasn't really like, oh, we didn't kill the Clinks. It's more like, well, the Clinks is not going to bully us for
here
now.
we go again.
But Toke, Tidehunter is broken, but the snowball comes out, and Bottega's going to get targeted, but the song is there from Hakoda. BKB is going to run out from aerial. Clinks is going to get targeted. They do get a very good flame break out there at the same time to push back the Shadow Fiend, but they did get the Ravage out. Otakar down nevertheless. 80 seconds without him, and another break on the Tidehunter. Great snowball save once again. Shadow Fiend down to half HP, and Perdancic's going to take the hurt. He's going to take it.
You hug your
Like a
Beastmaster.
man. It is going to hurt. Hakoda will drop. This puck is causing issues at the back line, and he does have that nullifier too. Yeah, fights are very back and forth. I did love Ariel's gameplay from that game 2 to this game 3. Like, the fact that he has his BKB up and running during the song. He's the only one to prevent that Clinks from getting insta-deleted by Requiem by just throwing that flame break, which caused the Requiem to go a bit further, but still didn't seem to change the fight too much. But it could have been, like, more heroes dead right away. The puck wouldn't have been able to find a return kill on the Naga Siren. And maybe they also lose the Batrider because they just deleted the Clinks right away and they might find like 4 kills.
No, the fact that the Clinks insured himself against one of the combos, which is the Blink combo, the Roar combo with that Lincoln Sphere, means that he hasn't saved himself from the other combo, which is the Naga combo, by buying a BKB. So he's not even halfway on his own debuff immunity there. That's going to take a while. And besides, it Clinks with double defensive items also feels exactly the same as Weaver with double defensive items. It's like, yeah, cool. Now you don't deal any damage. That's great. My glass cannon isn't actually glass anymore, but he's also not a cannon. What was the point? So you don't feel good playing as a Clinks like that at all. So maybe it's his purpose to get blown up, but in that case, they'd need to be able to blow up the Beastmaster at the same time. And if you looked at Morel's positioning in that particular fight, he was not going to let it happen again.
It is kind of a battle between is Puck or Beast gonna is Clinks or Beast gonna fall first?
Well, if it's both, 4Pirates is fine.
Because you have 2 clear sources of damage on both sides, the SF and the Beast versus the Puck and the Clinks. And if those heroes are gone, or at least the whichever team has the deficit on those damage dealers, will decide the outcome of the fight. Smoke up from 4Pirates down the top lane. But Yellow Submarine suspecting something is up because Roshan has also spawned in the pit. He's got a shard, he's got a cheese. Big Roshan to fight for.
Yeah. And 4Pirates has the flanking vision in the lane here. Yeah.
Already doing damage.
All the way around the back, but that's where Infernal is holding court.
You know where they are now. That gem animation shows. So Puck jumping back and forth, getting vision, smoking more, popping more smokes on the high ground position, and Otakar will get to work.
Ringing the doorbell again. Get out of that advantageous position, out of from under your vision, get back into your base where you belong.
Rel, they're gonna surprise Otakar! Snowball though, BKB's coming out to protect from that Ravage, and Otakar reveals himself, gets away for now, but Infernal goes for the target. Perdancic and Hakoda already dead. Roar on the Clinks, but Beast got roared as well. Can they keep him alive? Cookie forward, still surviving with 100 HP, but he goes down. Otakar down as well, and now it really is the SF versus Puck show. And SF's TP cancelled. Nothing he can do against Hotoke. And Natty Narwhal will stand strong in the end with the 4 Pirates. In this case, 3 Pirates survive. Yellow Submarine, they got at least Infernal trying to cut the waves, but creeps inside their base. There's no backdoor protection.
No, and the difference in the shot calling there, going for the Naga Siren first, making sure that that reset doesn't come out.
And man, Perdancic, that Lotus timing on the Roar.
That saved everything.
Sometimes, I mean, I've been hearing this a lot, but with the Quarteros Curios, the Lotus Orb animation is really difficult to detect.
Yes.
If you have a lot of levels on it, and these players pretty much all have high levels, but still, like, a very timely Lotus Orb cast, and they were just not ready and prepared for it, and that just turned the fight all like on top of its head. Because again, Beastmaster can't do anything for a very long time. That's a 4-second stun, where he's just gonna have to take it.
Now he knows how it feels. And Natty Narwhal has fully taken over the game. Already got that shard, is going to be able to buy out the Aghanims pretty darn soon.
Top net worth.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, once
that
you
is
get
something.
to 40 minutes or so, especially in a game where the puck you can't hunt him because you don't have any reliable ways to take him down. He hasn't had to itemize defensively at all.
You have to say it is an issue that Puck is ahead of net worth compared to anybody else. There is a Shadow Fiend as well behind.
Yeah.
Mega has not really enjoyed this game on the Shadow Fiend. It was a great pick in terms of the whole minus armor idea that Yellow Submarine was building together. But every hero needs to stay alive for that minus armor to play into effect. One is an aura linked to a hero, the other needs to keep applying corrosive haze as they're going straight for the Shadow Fiend, but they get the song out. Clinks is not doing enough damage. Lasso, they can't get the Requiem off. Is there anything to save Bottega? He's leashed up inside the coil. They're focusing on Otaker. Bottega and Otaker both are out to get traded, but the Clinks is able to get away with the Skeleton Walk. Deathpack healing himself up for long enough for Bottega to drop first, then they turn their attention to take down the Clinks. Otaker out for the count, but the 4Pirates are dropping low on HP. The Tide, the Bat, the Yellow Submarine have already called quits. It's retreat time. We cannot kill the Bat. We can't kill the Tide Hunter. Ariel and this Bat Rider again. Like, you got an AoE song, nobody can do anything, and then there's this one guy.
Yeah.
There's this
Beautiful.
one pesky Bat
There's
Rider.
the axe. It's like, hey, guess what's more pesky?
Perfect.
So you're all standing on top of each other anyway. Well, let me grab two of you. And I think here we see the weakness of physical damage shots, specifically ones that do not actually offer AoE physical damage, like you get out of a Sven or any kind of Battle Fury carry, for example, is that you still gotta focus fire. You still gotta all right-click the same guy, you all gotta be close to the same guy. Whereas if you have AoE damage, you don't necessarily need to be next to anybody, you're always going to be hitting multiple targets.
Yep.
It means that the enemy can't juggle damage nearly as well. Well, yeah, sure, most heroes on 4Pirates were low near the end of that fight, but none of them were dead enough, except for Otaka, who got a lot of flack, but that seems to be his job at this point. As long as the puck's not dying.
Hakoda's kind of going all in here. I was looking at Snap queuing a Hex, Beastmaster queuing a Hex, Naga was queuing a Hex, but Naga then swapped over to Refresher and sold half of her inventory to get at least close to this Refresher. So we will have a double song very soon. Just a recipe short, so this could be a game changer, especially when the BKBs have run out.
It could be, but what are you...
I think you're just going to sing once and follow it up with another and use that. Again, I'm talking about a one-trick pony. It could work out. It was a pretty cool play yesterday. Talking about one-trick ponies was the in a losing situation, Terrorblade went to solo Tormentor, and I was like, "Why the hell is he doing Tormentor?" And then clicked to me, and then they just deleted a sniper right away because he TP'd back home with 1 HP, sundered the sniper, and then they're like, oh, their high ground push goes there. But that's not going to work twice in the same game. Now that you have Refresher on the Naga, the way that you're going to use it, of course you communicate and you have a plan on how you want to set it up, but there are options how to do that first combo. Are you doubling it up for regen pump? Because you got the shard for the Song of the Siren, so you could definitely use it once and then follow it up with another right after, or save it for later for another possibility to drop it. So one could be a bait, and the second one's the one that really matters. Or just use it for heal.
Are you waiting out the Bat Rider? Is that what's happening here? I'm saying no. Bat Rider.
It's really a question. It's really a question of how does Hakoda want to take it. And
Yeah, 'cause
Natty
you don't
Narble is
have
just
a
going to go for the
second
aggressive
spell.
blink in. Gonna get the silence out. There's the first song.
They got the
And
puck.
Puck is in it. They release him.
But
Aerial
no.
goes for the BKB, and he targets the Naga Siren. They might have seen that refresher on his inventory, so there goes their double song, and all of that theory crafting down the drain as 4Pirates. I think this is a pretty decisive blow. They don't have any buybacks.
I'm kind of disappointed that now we won't get to see, because I'm frankly baffled. Like, sure,
That was
double
the
song is
option we
nice.
didn't mention,
Yeah, well,
because that could have also happened. It's like, what happens when you buy a refresher? Nothing. Nada.
nothing. You never refresh.
And that's it. I'm pretty sure that's the GG call right away. Voltega's seen enough. And 4Pirates will continue in the upper bracket. Yellow Submarine will have to do the long haul.
They will. And I gotta say, I am very pleasantly surprised, because, yeah, some of these games were pretty long. We had to wait until some pretty big gold differentials, but truly,